Hello, my people of the YouTube realm. These videos cannot get any more awkward from the start. Today I wanted to talk about my coupon and sale strategy that has made me over $100,000 in not just revenue, but also profit in my business. Hi, hello, my name is Heather. I have been a Etsy full-time print-on-demand seller. So if you haven't heard about the world of print-on-demand within Etsy, print-on-demand is a business model in which you have a print-on-demand supplier such as Printify or Printful, and you can integrate your Etsy shop to that, where any time that you create a product, integrate it, you can have it printed, packed, and shipped by that print-on-demand supplier without having to hold inventory on your own. It is a business model in which you do not have to pay for inventory up front. You do not have to have your own print machine or embroidery machine, and you are only charged when orders come through and go to your print-on-demand supplier and company, rather than having to pay up front and all the things that come with being a small business owner. Now I have talked that up a little bit too much, so we are going to get straight into this, guys. I want to start this video by talking about ways and strategies that I have sold over $100,000. I use a flash sale method. I also use coupons, and I do those hand in hand. Now, before you click off this video, I do want to say there's things that you should not do and things that you should do, and times and seasons when these methods work the best. When I began using this method, I did educate myself a lot on, okay, there are laws, rules, regulations of different states, different countries that prohibit running a continuous sale that is never ending, right? This is just something to be aware of. If you are running any sales or events, you want to make sure that there's pauses in between, that you're rotating your discounts maybe by products. So maybe for a few days, you're running it on t-shirts and sweatshirts, and then after that, tote bags or mugs. So now that you know that rule, the second thing I'm going to mention is the idea of retail value. Your retail value should not increase or decrease as you run these sales. That, again, is not allowed in most states and most countries. I have to say here, I am not a legal expert, so this is pretty much the amount that I can really say in this video, but just to keep everyone who watches this channel in a safer zone for their businesses. So don't price them, like a t-shirt at $90 and you're running a 70% off flash sale maybe once or twice a week. So when the sale's not running, you really don't get any sales because people are like, $90 for a t-shirt, that's insane. Now, this is an extreme example, but I just want to mention that because I have seen that. You want to keep it reasonable. And then when you have a flash sale event, customers trust your business long-term because they know your regular pricing isn't bad either, right? Now, I know that's hard. That's hard to price items. So I wanted to take a moment to talk about pricing and what profit margin you should have for your retail value. So typically I've always floated between, I would say 30% at minimum for profit margin to 50% and even as high as 60% in profit margin for the products I select and I sell on my shop. I don't sell as many, I would say, of the more popular print-on-demand products such as t-shirts and mugs that typically you can still get a nice profit margin on those with print-on-demand companies such as Printify, who have really, really low production fees. And if you have Printify Premium as example, you can get that even lower. So you can get like close to 50% profit margin for a t-shirt retail value if you were to sell it at like $24.99 or even $19.99 at times, dependent on the t-shirt you select. You can have a really nice profit margin. So it does come down to your print provider selection and your print-on-demand company that you're using consistently too, because the lower you can get your production costs and your cost of goods sold, right? The cost of goods sold is the cost to print, pack, and ship a product. And if you can get that down, then your profit margin can be higher. So it does factor in heavily your product selection, your print company you're using, your overhead, so to speak. So just keep that in mind with your pricing. Then when you run, maybe you run what Etsy suggests, which is a 25% off sale as a flash sale, let's say here or there. Let's say just a Bell & Canvas 3001. We'll go to Printify just as an example. So if I sold the Bell & Canvas 3001, and let's say I select all, I click edit price, and for the profit margin, I would like, let's say the example of 40% profit margin. So the profit is going to be $13.17 that I would have to make in order to see a 40% profit margin. If my production cost is $11.42, we're considering Etsy fees is going to be about $3.58 if a small, medium, or large Bell & Canvas is ordered. With all those considered, we would have to make $13.17 of profit. Now, I will say that's kind of high for a Bell & Canvas to be $32.92 retail value. So instead, I'd probably go lower on the lower end because again, t-shirts are typically going to be just slightly lower profit margin, but still a nice profit in my opinion, $8.24. So basically retail value would have to be $27.47. Let's say you have a 25% off sale running though. So 27.47 times 0.25, that's going to be $6.86. So that is going to be taken off of your profit, basically leaving you at about, let's see, minus the 824, that's going to be $1.37 that you're going to be taking home in this sale. So that could be a good or a bad thing, but again, that's why product selection is going to come in big time when it comes to pricing your products, because a Bell & Canvas at 30% profit margin, yes, it looks nice, but what I personally rather sell is a sweatshirt or hoodie where I could get a nicer profit margin because it is a higher quality product type, in my opinion. The other option is to have a discount membership with Printify, such as Printify Premium. Now, Printify Premium gives me a code for 30 days free of their Printify Premium by using code HeatherXStudio. That can knock off a few dollars and allow you to price competitively for retail pricing and get a higher profit margin with a sale running, right? If you're not in the case of having Printify Premium, what you could do as well, and this, even if you have Printify Premium, this is going to work out for, is if you sold instead the same design, let's say on a Gildan 18,000 crew neck. What's nice about the crew necks is these are going to sell a little bit higher because the quality is higher. And even though the production cost is higher as well, typically crew necks are going to sell at more of a 35 to 40% profit margin. So if you run a 25% off sale, you're going to still have more take home profit at the end of the day. So what I'm going to do, just for this example, I'll put 40%. So retail price, we're looking at about $53.68. I will say I personally rather have maybe a little bit lower for retail value. So I'd probably do $49.99 because that is more retail value for Gildan 18,000 and just crew neck sweatshirts, in my opinion, before a sale. So that's still gonna get us 36% profit margin. And let's say we have that 25% off sale running. So I'm gonna do $49.99 times a 0.25. This is all factors considered. We are not including free shipping in this example. So that would be $12.49 is going to be the sale price taken off of that. So we will subtract the $18.13 and that's going to get us $5.60 of profit. That's why higher profit margin items are going to be a little bit easier to run this sale method on, because you're going to come home with way more profit long term. If I had Printify Premium for this example, my production costs would be closer to $12 to $15. So that would give me $3 back of profit. So I would actually be making around $8 of profit even with a 25% off sale running. So now that we've talked about how important profit margin is on your products and selecting products that are going to have a nice profit margin, now we're going to go into showing you my sales, discounts, and how this method really works. So I am sharing my screen right now with my sales, and this data was so fun to look at first and foremost, and I'm so excited to show you all because this shows first and foremost every time in most of my flash sales, okay? Not every time, given it's not all the time. But in most of my flash sales, as I'm just scrolling down, in 2 to 3 days, sometimes 4, some were a little bit longer, some were a little bit shorter in running this method, I had over $2,000 of revenue. I actually counted earlier and I had 30 flash sale events that hit over $2,000 in revenue. Now, given, let's say I made maybe 20 to 40% of profit margin, because again, even with these examples, I was running a 15% off sale in most flash sales that I ran in my shop. And I think that's surprising to some people because Etsy recommends 25%, but I actually was running a 15% off sale. So keep that in mind that my profit margin was higher than even that example I showed. Production fees were also a little bit lower when I was selling. So that was kind of a plus of all of this. And I found that I actually sold more on my sale days than non-sale days. And I made videos about this in the past on YouTube, but again, just to show you like the concrete proof and evidence that if I keep scrolling here, 2,299, 2,301, 2,310, what I found is this just worked, and I kept doing it again and again and again because the flash sales, if I ran it for a day, if I ran it for 2 days, it worked so well. Now you will see some 3-year active ones. That's my coupons. So I ran coupons coinciding this. I'm going to talk about that in just a moment, the coupon strategy. But right now I just wanted to show how this works and basically how much I made. This is all to say that running these flash sale events for 3 days or less is very, very good. It's very healthy around this time of year to run these types of sale events so that you can create that buyer urgency. Let's go into the psychology for a moment. I want to take a moment to talk about this because this is something I studied in college, and I feel like even though it was for like healthcare, right? I learned a lot as far as psychology and different things that can trigger a reward system in basically buyers and customers' brains as they're shopping on Etsy. So one thing is that listing under 24 hours for sale will start a countdown timer, which triggers urgency. There's actually been studies on this that seeing a timer on a checkout cart or on a listing or website page increased conversion rates by over 10%. What this actually triggers in the psychology setting is the fear of missing out effect. And not only does that get you more sales, but also it gives that customer a feel good moment in which they know they got a deal. And essentially that's what we're doing. Basically, we are creating that positive reinforcement for our customers to purchase and also feel good that they got a really great deal at the end of the day. This goes into, we're going to talk about my coupon strategy and go a little bit more in depth on, okay, if you're running a sale and flash sales here and there, how do you have coupons at the same time of running these sales, right? So we're going to get straight into that. In my time in selling and having coupons running, coupons can bring back customers who essentially got away. So if you're at the stage of seeing so many people adding to cart, if you look on your Etsy shop and you see a listing and it says 20 plus people have added to cart, how do you convert those people? The way that you convert those people is simply by turning on your coupons. When you turn on coupons in the marketing area of your Etsy shop, this is what happens. Etsy will turn on its notification system for your shop and it will start working for you automatically. What Etsy does is they will send an email out to your customer, usually within a day of maybe a customer adding to cart and going away. Sometimes this is within a few days. It's not always directly the day after, but typically Etsy's system, they will notify the customer via email or via notifications in the phone app if that customer has it installed and they have notifications turned on. Same with email, they have to have email marketing turned on, but you want to turn on all of these coupons. Looking over my statistics in my entire time of selling on Etsy, let's say that I never turned these coupons on. That means for abandoned cart, coupons would not have made 69 sales, $2,668.20 in revenue from the customers who came back who abandoned cart. But that would also mean that I wouldn't have made an additional $3,240, which comes out to a total of over $5,000 in revenue and profit I would never have had if not by turning on these coupons. I made a total of $4,186.04 by having this coupon on. Now this is the big one. Are you ready for it? I hope you all are ready for it. If I had never turned on my thank you coupon for people who purchased and may never have came back to my Etsy shop, they may have forgotten its existence. If not, by turning on this coupon that notified the customer, possibly emailed those customers to come back, I wouldn't have made 246 sales on Etsy and over $14,896 in revenue on Etsy, which is a few $1,000s of profit, guys. Basically, how do you price your coupons is probably the question you have at this portion of the video. So if you go to marketing and you're looking to turn on a coupon, you can turn on your abandoned cart offer, favorite item offer, thank you offer. Now, you typically, what my recommendation is going to be to most of you is I want you to figure out a standard discount rate that you're essentially going to use for your flash sales. So let's say it's 15% off. Etsy does recommend 25% off based on its statistics now, but I had no problem running 15% off. I added 5%, and that was my abandoned cart offer. That was my favorite item offer, and my thank you offer was 20% off for the time that I discovered this method, and I adjusted it because, again, I realized that I should offer a little bit more than my flash sales. So in the case I was running a flash sale when the customer initially favorited the product on Etsy, they may have seen it's 15% off and then they get a coupon to come back for 15% off. That might not be enough of a deal for them to come back. But if you offer 5% more, that can incentivize a customer to buy and check out with that coupon instead of the 15% off. So I hope that makes sense as far as why you should always offer higher amount off. By the end of this video, I want to challenge you to run one flash sale either today, tomorrow, and maybe come back to this video and let me know how many sales you got. I would love to know. Besides that, don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and I will see you all in the next one here.